Hi guys, and welcome to my 1000 subscriber special video, and today I'm going to be ranking every single World at War, Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2 zombie map from worst to best. There are 19 of them in total, and I'm sure that all of you will have different views and opinions to me, but regardless, I do hope that you enjoy. This is going to be quite a longer video, so make sure that you sit back, get comfortable, and with that said, let's move on to the list. Coming in at the number 19 spot and sitting right at the bottom of my list, we have Transit from Black Ops 2. Now, Transit is widely regarded to be the worst map of all time, and for good reason. There are an endless amount of problems with this map, including the denizens, the fog, the lava, the unreliable bus, the atrocious pack-a-punch system, not to mention the boring colours and the bad characters. It's just a map which just is awful in so many areas. The worst wonder weapon of all time, the jet gun, if you could even class it as a wonder weapon, is also on this map. So yeah, a very boring, tedious map. You've got to build everything as well, which is fun for about the first 5 times, and then after that it just becomes a very monotonous task every time you play it. So Transit, yeah, it might be fun when you first play it and if you've got a few friends just messing about, but apart from that, it's a terrible map. So it comes in at the number 19 spot. Up one space, I have actually gone for Moon on Black Ops 1. Now, Moon is a map which I used to detest to the absolute max, but over the last few months it's actually slightly grown on me. Listen, don't get me wrong, I still do not like the map at all, but it's not as bad as I once thought it was. But the reason why it's number 18 is because, well, first of all, you've got the worst boss in zombies history on it, the cosmonaut or the astronaut, whatever you want to call him. I think the most lazy, disappointing boss in zombies history. It's as if Treyarch made the map and then thought, oh wait, we forgot to add a boss, what should we do? And they just stuck in some random guy who just comes around and takes your perk. Yeah, very lazy in my opinion. Also, the fact that you've got to go back to the mainframe twice to get your Juggernog and Speedcola, I think is just a ridiculous feature on this map. Also, you've got the excavators. I mean, they're just quite irritating. I know they're part of the Easter egg, but they're still quite annoying. But saying that, Moon does have a couple of pretty cool things. For example, the wonder weapon is pretty cool on this map, and of course Easter egg is very significant as well. But yeah, I don't really like the map very much. The gravity also annoys me. So yeah, I'm going to put the Moon in. I'm going to put Moon in at the number 18 spot. Bus Depot belongs at the number 17 spot, and this is of course the most bare bones map in zombies history. You're given 1 mystery box, 4 wall weapons, 3 of them are very underwhelming. And that's it pretty much. You have no perks, no pack-a-punch, nothing like that. The only wonder weapon you got is the ray gun, the ray gun Mark II. And Bus Depot, yeah, listen, it's not meant to be, you know, a good map. This is supposed to be a very difficult map to improve your zombie skills, which is exactly what this map does. If you want to get better at training, or you want to, you know, really give yourself a challenge, I would highly recommend playing Bus Depot. It's an excellent map for that for that like area. But yeah, it's just not really a map which you're going to play over and over again. Obviously there's no Easter eggs, nothing like that. It's just a very bare bones survival map, and if you enjoy a challenge, then this map is going to be excellent for you. But overall, you know, in the grand scheme of things, it's just not a great map. So yeah, I'm going to put it in at the number 17 spot. Coming in at the number 16 spot, we have Nuketown from Black Ops 2. Now, I'm well aware Nuketown was only a bonus map, which, you know, we got given as a little extra, so I do understand that. But Nuketown for me has 2 massive problems. The first one is it's just boring. For some reason, I can't put my finger on it why, but Nuketown just bores me like a lot more than the other maps, like the other survival maps, so Town, Farm, Bus Depot. I don't find them as boring, but for some reason Nuketown is just a map which I cannot play more than once. It's just I don't know what it is about it. But the second reason, and this is the bigger one for me, really, is of course the random perks, you know, spawning situation where you've got to wait till round sort of 10, 15, sometimes even 20 for a certain perk, and if that perk happens to be Juggernog, you know, you basically, you know, you're just getting screwed over. I know some players like it, but for me personally, I don't really see it as that enjoyable. You know, waiting around to around 15 for Juggernog, you know, and if you're not the best player, then it's just going to end the game prematurely. So yeah, they are the two problems that I have with this map. But saying that, listen, I know it's only a little bonus map, so I'm not going to hate on it too much. But yeah, I just don't think it's a great map. So I'm going to put Nuketown in at the number 16 spot. Shangri-la is coming in at a number 15 spot, guys, and I must say this isn't actually a map which I played all that often, but I don't really like this map because it's very close quarters and cramped. You know, there's way too many spawning points in my opinion, too many windows, too many areas where zombies can come down from the ceiling and out from the floor. It's just incredibly claustrophobic. Also, there's no training spot unless you run around the entire map, and there's no camping spot unless you camp on the bridge with more than one player. So I actually think it's quite a difficult map as well. Now there are a couple of things which I do like, of course. The minecart I think is a pretty cool transportation method, and of course the wonder weapon is very good as well. You can use the Semtex strategy to get to a decent round, but yeah, I just don't really think it's that good of a map. So I'm going to put Shangri-La in at the number 15 spot. Up next at number 14, I have gone for Farm from Black Ops 2. Now Farm is actually an underrated map in my opinion. I think it was only meant to be, you know, sort of a map similar to the Rukt in terms of, you know, you got 4 perks, 1 mystery box, you know, some war weapons, you know, sort of crack on sort of thing. And I actually do enjoy playing this map, but the reason why it's number 14 is because of course it is quite limited. There's no pack-a-punch, there's no you know, decent wonder weapon apart from the Ray Gun Mark II. There's not a lot to do on this map except for just sort of survive. So yeah, that is it can be a little bit boring, especially when you get into the higher rounds. You just sort of repeating the same thing over and over again. But saying that, I do enjoy playing Farm now and then. I think it's quite a challenging map, and yeah, I do think it is quite underrated as well. So I'm going to put Farm in at our number 14 spot. Our first World at War map is appearing at our number 13 spot, and we have Narkja and Toten from, well, World at War. Now, this is, of course, the very first map ever in Zombies, and I have so much nostalgia for it. You know, so many good memories. Just coming home from school with my friends, just loading up a game of Nazi Zombies on the old Xbox 360 and just camping at this place here by the grenade patch with an MG42 and a Browning and a ray gun and just desperately defending from the zombies. And that's really all this map is, just sort of nostalgia. It is, of course, very bare bones. It's just a mystery box, some war weapons, and you know, that's it really. So in terms of, you know, objectively speaking, it's like the worst map out there because there's nothing to do on it. But I think just the memories and the nostalgia and just the simplicity of it is something which I do appreciate a lot, especially for someone who's been playing Zombies now for way over, you know, sort of 10, you know, 15 years. So yeah, I'm going to put Narkja and Toten in at the number 13 spot. One place above Narkja and Toten, I have gone for 5 on Black Ops 1. Now 5 is a map which has a very strange layout. It's essentially a vertical map instead of a, you know, a horizontal map, and for me, I don't really think it works. I think the layout is the Achilles heel on this map. But saying that, I do actually enjoy playing this this map when playing Black Ops 1. For some reason though, I don't think it's enjoyable when playing in co-op, because, well, there's only really like one strategy where the one player trains in the war room and everyone else just does the elevated sort of strategy. So I think 5 is certainly a map which should only be played on solo play, and yeah, I do think it's a pretty it's an okay map. It's middle of the park. I think the Pentagon Thief is a pretty unique and interesting boss. I know a lot of people dislike him, but I actually think he's one of the best bosses out there. You can get the bonfire cell from him, which is one of the best power-ups in Zombies history. So yeah, I think the number 12 spot is a very suitable position for the map 5. The number 11 spot on my list is occupied by Die Rise on Black Ops 2. Now, a lot of people would think Die Rise is the worst map in Zombies history, and I feel as if I'm one of the few people who actually think it's a pretty decent map. Okay, Die Rise, of course, does have some flaws with the elevators. You know, waiting around for them is incredibly tedious, and you know, getting killed from full damage should never be the case in a game of Zombies. And Who's Who is the worst perk in Zombies history. But we've got to remember, on the other side of the coin, Die Rise gave us the A94 and the SVU, two of the best war weapons, you know, of all time. It also gave us a slip with fire and the trample steam as well, so it gave us quite a lot of cool, unique stuff. And yeah, I think Dire Eyes is like a good map, but with just bad things implemented into it, if that makes sense. So yeah, I think it's a map which I think is better than people make out, but it's still not anything amazing. I'm not saying it's the best map of all time, but I think it is slightly better than everyone sort of says it is. So yeah, I'm going to put it in at the number 11 spot. Breaking into the top 10 today, guys, we have Ascension on Black Ops 1. Now, Ascension is a very easy map. You can get access to the Thunder Gun, and you can train by the lunar landing pad over by PhD Flopper to get to around 50 effortlessly. So if you're not the best player at zombies and you want to increase your confidence slightly, I would recommend playing Ascension just to help you build up that confidence and get into a good level. Also, Ascension gave us Stamina Up and PhD Flopper, two of my favourite perks of all time, Stamina Up especially. But the reason why it's number 10 and not in a better place is because of the monkeys. I think they are the worst boss, or the second worst boss in zombies history. I think they're just so unnecessary and they're so annoying and irritating, and I just can't put Ascension any higher because they are just so annoying. It's they are literally the main reason why I do not play Ascension more often. I think the monkeys are a terrible boss, and they did ruin this map quite a lot. So I think number 10 spot is a fair position for Ascension. Shi No Numa belongs at the number 9 spot today, guys, and this is without a doubt the easiest map in zombies history. You can get to level 100 on this map incredibly easily and very quickly. On top of that, Shi No Numa gave us the very first wonder weapon, or very first good wonder weapon I should say, of the Wonder Waff, and we also saw the introduction of Hellhounds, the Ultimus crew, and also the Flogger, which is arguably the best trap of all time. So there's lots of new cool things introduced on this map, but of course it is World at War, so it was fairly limited in objectively. There's not an awful lot to do on this map except for get your 4 perks and survive. So yeah, that's only sort of a downfall with this map, but I still think it is an exceptional map. I love the Japanese theme as well. It makes it different to the Nazi theme that we saw on World at War. So yeah, I do think this is a very good map, so I'm going to put it in at the number 9 spot. Sitting itself in at the number 8 spot, we have Town on Black Ops 2. Now, Town is by far the best survival map on this game, as well as, in my opinion, the easiest as well. Now, Town is a very small yet open map. There's only 3 doors which need to be opened to gain access to the entire map, and also Pack-a-Punch is very easy to get to it as well. It's just in a big patch of lava in the center of the map, so you don't really need to do anything to Pack-a-Punch your weapons except get enough points. And yeah, I think Town is the perfect balance between a challenge and enjoyment. The only thing I do dislike about this map is the lava, and when the zombies explode, that does annoy me. But apart from that, I don't really have any faults to pick with this map. I think it's very enjoyable. It's definitely the best survival map on this game. There's 6 perks, they're all accessible, and yeah, I do think it is a very enjoyable map. So I'm going to put Town in at the number 8 spot. Up next, at the number 7 spot, we have the most underrated map in my opinion, and that is Verrückt from World at War. Now, Verrückt is a incredibly difficult map in my opinion. It's very claustrophobic in close quarters, similar to Shangri-la, but the difference between Shangri-la and Verrückt is Verrückt just doesn't have any of the annoying stuff. There's no stupid traps or annoying special boss zombies that are going to get you killed. So Verrückt is a map which I love playing purely because I find it very challenging. On top of that, you've also got a very good camping spot in my opinion. This place here, the room with the Thompson. As long as you leave the door by quick revive closed, this is one of my favourite places to sort of camp. And there's also a mini training spot here as well around the pillar. And yeah, I think Verrückt is a very enjoyable solo play and very enjoyable on co-op mode as well. And I think it's incredibly underrated. I just wish maybe Pack-a-Punch was on it. That would make it absolutely just excellent. But of course, this was before the time of Pack-a-Punch, so there's only 4 perks and a mystery box. And yeah, I do think it's a very good map. So I'm going to put Verrückt in at the number 7 spot. Just missing out on the top 5, I have gone for Origins on Black Ops 2. Now, a lot of people consider Origins to be one of the best maps of all time, and I don't really share that opinion. Listen, it's still a very good map. You know, it comes in at my number 6 spot, but I just think there's just a couple of things which just do bring it down a couple of points. The Templar zombies, I think, are very, very annoying, and the mud, of course, is very irritating as well. But listen, I do still love this map. The 4 staffs are just the most amazing weapons on Black Ops 2. They're so powerful and you know, enjoyable to use. The Easter egg is, of course, fantastic, and there's just so much to do on this map. You know, getting the shield and the Maxis drone, and just, you know, just there's so different areas on this map which you can focus on, and yeah, it's a very complex map as well. So it's not boring. It's a map which I have no problem playing, you know, like game after game, back to back, because there's so much to do on it. But I just think there's just one or two things which do annoy me to a point where I do think it is one of the maps which is probably a tiny bit overrated. Don't shoot me, but that's just my opinion. So yeah, Origins, fantastic map overall, and it comes in at the number 6 spot. Call of the Dead is very comfortably coming in at my number 5 spot today. I think this is an exceptional map. We have access to 2 wonder weapons, both good in their own way. The Scavenger especially is an exceptional wonder weapon, but it's just a shame that the boss zombie, George Romero, just happens to be on this map. A boss zombie which follows you around the entire time is, I think, a boss which 0% of the zombie players wanted, and it's just so much effort to kill him, and he comes back like 1 round later, which I think is a bit unfair. I think he should definitely come back maybe like 5 rounds later, because I think the amount of HP that he has is a bit of an underwhelming feeling, you know, seeing him come back like 25 seconds after you've just spent 55 hours trying to kill him. So yeah, George Romero does annoy me, but saying that, Call of the Dead, I love the atmosphere, I love the characters, you know, the celebrity cast, you know, being stranded on this Siberian outpost, isolated from civilization. I love the atmosphere on this map. And yeah, I think the perk section is also great. Deadshot Daiquiri appeared on this map. Not the best perk, but it's still, you know, a nice little addition. Stamina Up, Flopper, Jug, all the good perks are on this map too. Pack-a-Punch is also very easy to get to as well. But yeah, I just think George Romero is a bit of a pain in the neck. So yeah, I'm going to put Call of the Dead in at the number 5 spot. Securing the number 4 spot today, guys, we have Buried from Black Ops 2. Now, Buried is a map which I thoroughly enjoy every time I play it. The reason is because I love the customization on this map. The fact that you can draw your chalk drawings on the wall in different locations. You can use Leroy, you know, however you want to. He can keep the mission box in the same location for you. He can kill zombies for you. He can build stuff for you. So I think that's a very nice addition to this map. A very unique and just different thing which we didn't really see an awful lot in zombies before. Also, you've got one of the best wonder weapons in history, the Paralyzer, infinite ammo. I absolutely love the Paralyzer. The only thing I do not really like is playing this map with more than one person. I think Buried is a map which should certainly be played on solo play, and also the Pack-a-Punch location is slightly annoying as well. It's a bit too far out the way in my opinion. But saying that, you've also got Vulture Aid, a very underrated perk which is exclusive to this map. The bank is also a nice addition as well, and yeah, I just think Buried is very easy, chilled out, you know, a very relaxed map, and I think it is very enjoyable in a lot of different ways. So yeah, I'm going to put Buried in at the number 4 spot. The bronze medal today, guys, is going to Kino de Toten from Black Ops 1. Undoubtedly the most iconic map in zombies history. Whenever someone says to you Call of Duty Zombies, the first map which most people think of is Kino de Toten. I have so many good memories of this map, you know, growing up, coming home from school, loading up Black Ops 1 and just spending countless hours playing this with my friends. Yeah, I have so many good memories on it. It's actually quite easy as well. There's quite a lot of different good camping spots, especially over at the stage. So yeah, I think there's certainly an aspect of a little bit of nostalgia maybe creeping in on this on Kino de Toten. But listen, even excluding that, I think this is a very enjoyable map. You've got got access to the Thunder Gun as well. Of course, that was introduced on Kino der Toten 2. And yeah, I think that this is the best map on Black Ops 1, so yeah, I do think it does deserve the number 3 spot. Just missing out at the number 1 spot, we have Mob of the Dead from Black Ops 2. Now, I don't have enough time to go through everything which I love about this map, but I'm pretty sure all of you will know just why this map is so good and so popular. But for me, the big reasons are, I think, the characters. So the 4 mobsters, you know, Sal, Finn, Weasel and Billy, are a very interesting set of characters. We've not really seen a set of characters like them, and I think the storyline on Mob of the Dead is very interesting as well. You know, that they're all stuck in purgatory, and it's just an endless cycle. I think that was a very well thought out plot from Treyarch. I also got a selection of just very good weapons like the LSAT, the Death Machine, the Blundergat, the AK-47, the Uzi, the Tommy Gun. So many iconic weapons were all sort of in this map, and a lot of them were actually exclusive as well, which is also why I do love this map. And yeah, listen, like I said, I do not have enough time to go through everything, but this electric cherry, you've got the shield, yeah, you've got the acid trap, you've got Brutus as well, a fantastic boss. There's so many different things, and yeah, I think this is widely regarded to be one of the best maps of all time, and I do agree. So Mob of the Dead, fantastic map, and comes in at the number 2 spot. But guys, was there any doubt? Coming in at the number 1 spot and taking the gold medal, we of course have Der Riese from World at War. Now, Der Riese is a map which of course introduced Pack-a-Punch, the most just infamous addition to any zombies map ever, and we also got the Bowie Knife and the Carpenter and teleportation as well. So Der Riese actually introduced a lot of new stuff. It's not the most complex map, it's of course a World at War map, so it is slightly limited, but it is by far the best map on World at War in my opinion. It just absolutely towers above the other 3, and I have so many just good memories just playing this map time and time again. It never gets boring. It's so it's something about it, just getting a Pack-a-Punched MG42 or Browning or whatever, and just sitting on the catwalk and just shredding into the zombies. It's just something which cannot be beaten, and yeah, I just think that there's so many just good memories playing this. There's no fault, I have no faults at all to pick with this map. I think the map size is good. I think the difficulty is perfect. You know, you've got the 4 original perks. I think the weapon selection is absolutely spot on. There's also a mini little Easter egg as well, which is a nice little addition. And Der Riese, yeah, a wicked map from top to bottom in my opinion, and I do think that this is the best map of all time. So Der Riese, I love you, and you are coming in at the number 1 spot. Well guys, that concludes my 1000 subscriber special video. I'm highly confident that there's people that have completely disagreed with my list, so leave your thoughts down below in the comment section. I'm very intrigued to hear your thoughts, and if you enjoy guys, please be sure to check out some of my other videos. I have done an entire playlist full of top 5 zombie videos as well as other zombie content, so if you enjoyed, please be sure to check out some more. But most importantly, thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll catch you soon on my next video. Goodbye.